BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hello, 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 beautiful humans. Happy Tuesday to you, and welcome to SXP MetaMorphosis 365. I was about to say you are in the master key mindset space, but this is not the mastermind. SXP Metamorphosis 365. This is your growth podcast, kind of along the same lines because we're always about that growth. We're going to start like we always do. Gratitude. Thank you so much to BLAST Music 247 for being home for a podcast. And of course, you know that you can follow BLAST Music 247. Let me throw that link up real quick. It is a mystical, magical QR code. You can get it and share. There we go. Bang. Because sharing is caring. There you go. You want to do that for two reasons. You want to go follow for access, I would say it like that way, for people who love music. There is a wonderful, wonderful lot of things over there to engage in. Not to mention the independent reviews in the magazine, and it's just a lot of fun stuff at Blast. So go check that out for those reasons. Also, if you're an artist and you like to have your art displayed wonderfully, well, wonderful place to do that. Okay. Also, thank you to Sunshine Cromwell of Blast. Sound Vibrations on Blast. Friday night at 7 p.m. Okay, so now it's time to tell myself what happened was I was definitely enjoying a tribute to Omari Barksdale that's going on right now. So I ran from over there to come be with you guys because it's important to me that I mind my word. Tonight, Teaching Me How to Love is it's such an important conversation, and it is a two-part conversation. So we're really going to kind of do a bit of laying it out to begin with, and then we're going to dig into heavier meats for the second. You might find this a little bit thick too. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so when I set to make ready this conversation, I was deciding, I usually wait and just let spirit lead. Okay, what are we going to need to share this week? What are the people going to need to hold on to this week in order to do the week successfully? Because a lot of things are aligning right now, right? And that's okay. Like my encouragement immediately is that's okay. It is exactly what it is. You are experiencing exactly what you're experiencing. You are not crazy. Any of the things that come to try and add doubt to your understanding in your experience, but nah, it ain't that. It is exactly what you say it is. It's exactly what you believe it is. It's exactly what you feel it is. And the only time that changes is when you decide. All right. Conversation of a thing. I sat and thought about love. This is not a one-time thing. I've sat to think about love very often in the face of, that's at one point where I sit to think about love in the face of something occurring, okay? Outside the face of anything occurring, just to sit and ponder and to meditate and to feel into it for understanding. And I've pulled up for many, 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 many moons of conversation talking about what love is and then how to implement it. Would you agree that for as many persons walking the earth, you probably are going to find an answer that is not exactly the same on what love is? Okay, so then how can we collectively come together and teach one how to love, but we do it, right? And we believe that what we are teaching is right, moral, necessary, a must do, okay? And we instruct on our ways to love, i.e., can't share a point without offering a story, right? When it comes to parenting, mommy, it was for me to step in and say, hey, be gentle with a pet, or hey, be kind to your siblings, and then explain what the kindness was. Don't bother yelling. Please don't take someone else's belongings without asking. These things to me register as kindnesses. Kindness is registered under love. You're getting the picture. Let's take it to religion. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, literally gives a blueprint of what love is and what it is not. If you have not read it, I encourage you to go handle that. My favorite line of that particular scripture is the very end of it, that love never fails. Now we start with the mischief. We're going to color it in climate. I set the groundwork of kindness. I set the groundwork of love, and set the groundwork of society and how we move into love and how we decide what love is and how we pass that on to our children. Very important, because our children become adults and they begin to either move in the structure that you created or create their own. And 9 times out of 10, folks have created their own and modified what mom and dad, or mom or just dad or stepdad or whomever was in charge of the rearing and guiding. There's been some modifications and some salt and pepper added on how that one individual is choosing to love. Okay, great. Now we're coloring it with climate, right? Looking around at what is happening in the United States right now, today years old, I can only ask the question, do we need someone to teach us how to love again? Do we need someone to teach us how to love again? I find that many of the things that were simple and basic, classify them kindnesses if you don't care to classify it love, but the simplicity of treating someone how you want it to be treated has gone out the window. Gone. The kindnesses that I personally was taught, I don't know about you, but you can let me know in the comments. I personally was taught, you take in folks who need to be taken, and you feed folks who need to be fed. You love on your neighbors. You know your neighbors' faces, you know their names. You engage, interact, and you invite. And then you also go when you're invited. You make community, you make family, and you tend to nurture the community that you're among, so that your community feels that love and reciprocates, right? This was my beginning. This was my understanding. Young body. Okay. Fasting forward, yeah, I got to see some other sides where folks did not think or believe that way. And thank God I had the contrast of the two. And even with the contrast of the two, it still does not explain what we are experiencing today in the US. And I understand that it's not just the US. I'm seriously speaking for US because it's where I'm placed and planted right now. But yeah, I got friends around the world, and I'm getting some interesting conversations from around the world too. So is it that we need to go back to the basics and be taught again how to love? Teach me how to love. It makes me think of that song from Music Soul Child. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful song, right? And it kind of, not the full entirety of the lyrics take me on this particular journey, but just in that statement alone, teach me how to love. So y'all know I'm a fan of telling on myself. And what had happened was a lovely, lovely human whom I love very dearly decided to be a sandpaper person. And I think you guys may have heard me speak about the sandpaper people on this podcast as well, but definitely my mastermind and some other spaces where I speak or perform. They've heard this. And the sandpaper person is a person that just kind of grates and grates, constantly testing limits. Um, as yeah, at every opportunity, testing a limit, choosing deafness, choosing blindness, choosing to ignore social cues and stir in the pot. Okay. I have patience. I'm pretty freaking patient and maybe to a fault at certain times. But when I have hit that point of, oh, we over it, oh, we done for real, chances are you might catch that fire. And that's exactly what occurred. That lovely human caught some fire. And we had a wonderful closing conversation. We haven't interacted since. Now here's the thing. I love her loved me, and the whole incident caused me to push back and look and see, okay, teach me how to love. At the end of the day, someone's behavior is their behavior. If a behavior is not endangering my life, I don't play with that. You put my life in danger, we straight. Yeah, I got nothing for you. You can move around. If you are someone who is going and tearing me down behind my back or even to the side of me, we good. I have no room. I won't make room for that. But for someone who I love, who loves me, and we find ourselves at a point of possible impasse, is it really impasse? You see? And this speaks directly to those people in your life who get on your last damn nerve. Say it just like that, right? Or not even your last damn nerve. Maybe they get on a specific nerve that is explosive. Tap that button, I go boom. Tap that button, I go boom. And you know who you are and how it affects you if that is you, right? In this case, when it comes to whom I love and whom loves me, we have a beautiful history together. And that was a moment. Do I sit and allow that moment to become a lifetime? Therein lies the question that took me back to the table. And I'm sharing this story with you because we are adults. Most of the folks watching are adults. And for my young people, you'll learn this lesson as you come along. Life is interesting. It can truly be brief and quick, or it could be long, feeling very, very lengthy in a lot of ways. And it's so wonderful to have people around you who love you, who rock with you, and who truly have your best interest at heart. Those are people you want to mend. Those are people you want to love. Those are people you want to keep. Okay. And then everyone's case is going to literally be case by case basis. You are in charge. You are in charge of who you let around you. You are in charge of the energy that God gave you to pour out. You are in charge of your mental faculties and facilities. You are in charge of what come up out your mouth. You really, really are, as am I. See the picture? And so we can go back to the accountability. We again go back to the introspection of things because that's best. See what I mean? So this is a reminder and a laying of the fodder that we will be setting on fire with tools and techniques on how to love. Teach me how to love. Now, when asked, I literally know who I am. Like, I know I am love in the body. I know I embody love. I know I came here to bring love. I came here to love a specific person specifically. Okay. And I remember that. So, assignment not lost. Even in that, called to another assignment, and that is to love out towards the masses. Okay. And part of that love is me showing up to teach. And I really thank you for showing up to learn so that I know it's not in vain. It's beautiful. It is beautiful to get those comments and the messages and the the 11,000 people, 1,100 people, pardon me, not 11,000 yet, 1,100 people who were blowing up the comments for the conversation we had on Saturday. I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning and tapping in and connecting. It matters. Okay, this conversation matters. Teach me how to love. Are you sitting with yourself and evaluating, examining, introspection your love? Are you quick to cut people off? Are you quick to be irritated? Are you quick to blitz or crash out? Is that your thing? Okay. And I'm not speaking to my folks who have medical conditions and you need your meds to regulate. I'm not shooting. I'm not shooting at anybody. I am posing the question because the question needs to be asked. And I find that when the keys of your love, and this is what comes to me, our shadow, like spirit be talking while I'm talking, y'all. So sometimes I have to pause for a second. But when the keys of your love are shadowed, it is that sometimes you're gonna have to pause and put a light on it. You're gonna have to pause and put a light on what you're feeling, on what you're thinking, on how you're behaving, on who you're interacting with, and how you're interacting with them. Especially parents. I'm gonna come for the parents real quick. Babies in your care, you do not have a right to talk to your kid reckless because they're there. In the event that I was in prior to coming to be with you all, heard a beautiful poem. Y'all know I'm a spoken word artist, and I was with my poet people. And in one of the pieces, there was a conversation about a mother who had beaten her son and said some colorful things, but the intention behind the harm was the father. That ain't what you called to as a parent. That's not what you're called to. Where is the love in that? Where is the love in that? It just ain't. So these are the simpler moments. Yes, I could talk about relationships, romantic or simply sexual, or like we can go there, but not yet. Okay, let's tend to the basics first. Let's tend to the basics of the golden rule of treating people how you want to be treated. Let's tend to the basics of humanity, your kindness, your grace. Share the piece on my Facebook if you guys are not connected on my Facebook. It's Melikia K. Courtney. I don't even remember the name of the piece, but what you'll see at the beginning is like 9/17 and whatever year it was written in. It's posted. And in that piece, the repetitive chant is, "Where is your grace?" Do you know that that piece came back to me this week? Like for the weekend, top of the week, to share because it's time for us to really stop playing with it and come back through grace to humanity and rest in love. Follow that train of thought. Like follow that train of thought back to yourself. I don't give a rat's crack if you are Republican, Democrat, Independent, Mickey Mouse voters. Okay, okay. That still does not erase your humanity. The folks who have really parted ways from the simple pen of a vote, I get it. Oh, believe and trust me, I get it. I understand the stress and the angst and the anger. I have family members who have lost jobs left and right simply because of this right here. Beyond qualified, but simply because of this right here and dude that's voted into the office. I understand. But prayerfully, you have not parted ways just because of a vote. Now, yeah, it's a little bit different when the behaviors start behaving. The threats or the slights and the poppy mouths. Yeah, I get it. You're going to do what is best for your peace of mind. You're going to do what is best for your energetic body, for your mind, your spirit, your soul, and your heart. I get it. At the same time, my admonishment is don't be quick to not love. Okay, don't be quick to not love. All right, that is kind of like the pre-thought in it. Fast forwarding back to where we were with that young lady. So it is action is required. Like we don't get to simply kibitz and watch it occur and watch it burn down. That's not this. If you have not been a great participant of love when it comes to people who get on your nerve, or folks who don't piss you off, or folks who ain't vote like you voted, or people that just, irksome, or even toward your children, then hey, guess what today is? I love Che. What is Che's last name? Che's last name is Brown, I believe. And he says this thing that's so fun to me, and I think it's truly amazing and it applies. Today is your January 1st. Don't matter what day of the year it is, I kid you not, this man will simply say, today is your January 1st, and I respect it so much. I think it's Che Brown. I'm gonna make sure that's his last name. But Che is it's a point to it. You see what I'm saying? It is an opportunity for you to start over. It's an opportunity for you to begin again, for you to think again and act again. And this time, you have the opportunity to follow that pathway inward, tend to your grace. All right. Aim for your love, that restoring of love. And here is a landing point. Love you first. By taking time to sit and learn how to love you, it's going to equip you to love others. What do I mean? Be honest with you first. Tell the truth to you first. Love you first. Eat. Tend to your body. Tend to your mind. Study. Learn whatever it is that you need to learn. And here's the great part. A lot of folks may not understand that you need to learn. Well, allow me to tell you, you need to be learning something. Exercise that mind, exercise that heart, exercise that body. Love you. If you are a spiritual human, grab your spiritual books and put it to practice. Begin in discipline. This is how you love you first. That and in many other ways. There's many, many ways to love you first. What do you enjoy? Feed you that. Do you need the sun? Do you need the water? Do you need to just sit out in the air and the breeze? Do you need the world to shut up and get to your happy, quiet place? Do you need that? If so, guess what? Take it. Get it. Because if you don't give it to you, chances are it may not be given to you. So take it. And even sometimes when it's offered, a lot of folks be like, no, no, no. Stop that. Take it. Okay? That is how you begin to love you. And when you sit and decide, all right, let me sit down with myself. Let me look at what it looks like to love me. Here's a hint. Loving you will not magically make you selfish. It will not magically make you not godly. Oh, I gotta love God first. Love. Pay attention. Read the word actually and see what it truly is saying to you. How you gonna love God if you don't love you? How's that work? How exactly does that work? Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone for now because folks may like to argue over that point, and I'm not arguing over it because the truth is the truth. Go find it. Hey, partner, what's going on with you? Pop this up. I just happened to see the little red button in the corner. Back to focus. Okay. So that is my encouragement and instruction. Please, oh please, oh please, find your grace. Let it lead you back through your humanity. Moving through your humanity, let it land you in love. It is so freaking important. And I'm stressing this point right now, even to the point where the 27th of June in Partners in Rhyme, which is a space I co-host with my partner Scott Harrell on Clubhouse in Lyrical Vibes. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday night, right? During the open mic, we are going to host Love Fest 3.5. Now, for those who don't know, annually I host Love Fest, which is a 24 hours of love. Well, let's rewind. I host a day of healing. That is what I host annually. Okay. This past one in February was Love Fest. So we're going to do Love Fest 3.5. We are not doing 24 hours. So please don't look around and be like, oh, yeah, 24 hours, because that ain't the case. Not doing that. But we are going to enjoy ourselves with PIR that evening and that's probably like a good 5-6 hours sometimes. We are in there like swimwear, and it's important important to love. Okay, I see a little hesitation, so I'm checking my buttons and make sure I'm good. Hey, partner, give me a thumbs up or let me know you can hear me still and everything is still moving because I saw something freeze. Okay, making sure all this is done too. Da, da, da. Okay, we're closing anything just in case. All right, so pull up. If you don't have Clubhouse, download it. They do a lot over there. Hallelujah. But for now, it is the working space, and that event is in place to add more love into this atmosphere because I can sense the need so heavy. We are having a lot of conversation this week and last week about folks who are leaving the earth quickly. How sad it would be if you did not move through your grace, face that humanity, and land in love with someone you're at odds with and they took a ghost on you, just team gone, not coming back, and you have unresolved issue. Had a text come in earlier today that warmed my heart. It was beautiful. I love you, sis. I'm like, I love you too, bro. And I didn't even ask what brought that on, but was told, I'm loving the people now. Like I'm doing my best to love everybody I love now. And I respect it and I appreciate that. It is so important. So I really believe like this is that time to reflect. Yes, I'm going to be here and I'm going to work through the series, Teach Me How to Love. I will share with you some more tools and tips. Yes. Same time, there is no teacher like the one in you. Can you commit to sitting with yourself for 60 minutes? And if not 60, try 16, but for 60 minutes with yourself to examine the state of your love. Oh, and if you have never done it, I will warn you that is not an exercise for the light-hearted. It is some true work if you approach it honestly. All right. And it feels, I will not say what it feels like, but because I want you to find out for yourself. But it feels, so be prepared to let it do your inventory, do your inner inspection, and look solely at love. How are you loving? Are you loving through the lens of judgment? Do you think they deserved it? I don't care what you're talking about. Something occurred to somebody and you sit back and you go, oh, they deserved it. Do you really have that arrogance about you? They deserved it. Did they really? Because if the shoe was flipped on the other foot, would you want someone pointing and saying you deserved some negative outcome, something that impacted your life, something that impeded your progress? Would you want someone to celebrate harm in your life? Do you love through your lens of, oh, it's okay? Are you constantly allowing boundaries to be crossed? Are you constantly allowing just to get along, just for peace sake? I'll get to it, gotta work it out. Oh, okay. What if God gave you the tools to work it out, to speak up and to say what you need to say? Why are you not doing it? That's what you find answers to when you're in the inventory. Let me pop and make sure. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So, oh, I'm almost at 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a minute and do these station announcements. So let's go back. I didn't realize I was that far in. Y'all, it's such a necessary conversation, and I kid you not, like Spirit was like, this is it. This is time for that conversation. Teach me how to like I'm gonna let it sit for a second. I'll be back. Let me go ahead and share. Do 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 do. And I can already let you know my partner's about to write. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share us Ain't Got Time. And remember when I mentioned to you about following BLAST Music 247 and becoming an artist and a blast artist and letting your stuff be shared? Well, here you go.
The beginning and no end, and middle ground till spin. We're moving. Trust in the universe, you say. Don't you let nothing stand in the way. We're winning. Ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised. Why not live today? We're breathing. Crisscross and mismatched shoes. Wrong path, now what to do? We're cruising. Lampshade against moonlight, offset the dark from night. We're gleaming. Ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised. Why not live today? We're breathing. Prude clicks and passers by. Can't dream life beyond the skies. They're losing. Soft lips behind the lies, hate resting in their eyes. They're scheming. Ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised. Why not live today? We're breathing. Ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised. Why not live today? We're breathing. Hey, hear me, yeah, ba-da-da, ocean. Sweet, do-dee-dee, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-do-ba. Yeah, hear me, yeah, ba-da-da, ocean.
Okay, I think we're freezing. Are we stuck? There we go. That was lovely. That was Inshera, Ain't Got Time. And when I tell you, woof, smooth. So like I said, going over to BLASTMUSIC247 and do two things. One, follow as a fan so that you can enjoy great music just like that. And then secondly, as an artist, to have great music just like that shared. How about that? All right, we're going to jump back into talking about love. I have to push a couple of more buttons because I already know he's going to riot. Yep. I just figured I would show this because I know the riot was going to be in place. But either how, don't riot today. Like, let's not riot today. Let me see if this works or not. You guys, while we're in the middle of doing our breaks, I do want to share a couple of things, and I'm going to do that. I had to push that button first. All right, so boom, let's do this.
And to the deceased, for which it sends one app on a world wide web with tributes and memories for all, because everybody wants to be remembered. I pledge allegiance regions to Miss your gram of the United States of emotions, and to the deceased for which it stands. One app on a world wide web, tributes and memories for all, because everybody wants to be remembered.
Whoop, whoop. Definitely connect, download the app, and engage. Like I was mentioning earlier, people, many folks have been sharing that they have been losing folks, people that they're loving, just gone. No warning, and then some with some warning. So, and I'm not wishing it on anybody, not saying, hey, that's for you. I am simply saying be mindful. Be mindful of sharing love with the people around you, those who you love. Do your best to open your mouth and say that. And not only just mouth, how about love is an action word? Verb, 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 okay? Show it. That is my encouragement. And it's actually my next point too. Love is action word. Use it. All right. One more thing before we get back to business. Where are you, Magic? I'm going to share this one. I'm going to give you enough time to follow. Make sure you follow Melikia K. Courtney, this YouTube channel. And wherever you found me, let me know where you found me. And then also follow BLASTMUSIC247. That is how you build your discipline. And your discipline is what will carry you throughout the year. Think of your folks who are into martial arts. It is a discipline. Think of your folks who meditate like I do. It is a discipline. It is such a discipline, such a practice that I can move quickly into it. I can move quickly into state because I practice. Think of doctors. They practice. It is not an exact science, but we practice, right? And we build our discipline and we continue to learn and to grow. So this is what I'm saying when it comes to habits. Why is it important? Awesome. So that was your quick break and some station announcements and paying some bills. How about that? Y'all, back to business. The verb to love is, okay. Your mouth and your hands they're gonna match. When it is love, it's not going to be two different stories. I'll say it like that. That's because I sure started to say it in a colorful way. I got a mouth on me a little bit, but it will not be two different stories. It's going to match. When it is love, here's to be known. Love don't take convenient vacations, i.e., we'll touch on relationship a little bit because that's where it's leading. When it comes to being in relationship, and how about whether it is romantic, whether it is familial, whether it is job, your honesty should not come into option. You see what I'm saying? And let's take it behind the truth of that love. That love is self-love. Remember I said love you first. The honor in yourself, the integrity in yourself, to maintain it, to maintain your clarity, to maintain your true state of being, to maintain your effectiveness, your energy, your spirit. There are things you will not do against your integrity, your spirit. Get the picture? So maybe one might think that they're lying to someone they're romantic with, or to their family, or to their boss. But when you engage in the lie, the first lie is to yourself. And it is not just a white lie. I've heard people say that. No, them don't exist. Love will have you stand in your integrity. Love will have you be honest. Love will have you show up. Love will allow you to maintain who you are consistently. All right. So let me see if this worked. It may have worked. All right, you guys. To stop the riots, I did a little something that I'm going to pause and share with you, and let's see how this works. And we'll talk about it after. He loved her while grabbing her body to pull her into loving arms.
He loves her while grabbing the headboard. He loved her while choking her gently till the lights went out. No words, no doubt of passive insensitivities. Loved her safest in his mind when she was on her knees or him flat on his back, staring dreamily into eyes. Got the feeling that she danced lively in a world full of danger. Stranger the happenings, the more captivating. His thick hair and comely bulges caused her budget to decrease. Steadily efforts paid to please him, paycheck his being back together. Prayer, positive words, and whatever alabaster box that bastarded-hearted curmudgeon called for or demanded. Silently bewitching pools, wormholes she laced her tongue through. Unknown galaxies awaited, worm on the hook, she baited him with clarity. Oceanic love, skydiving insanity, plunging to her need. His strong arms kept her as she bleed to death. Without him, there's no man left on earth. Amazonian crown, king, queen, royalty, she bowed her head. Crowns rolling off down Brown's legs like meatballs from atop spaghetti. Heavy is the crown. Water, I'm so thirsty now. Help me, she tried to scream out. Only thing is, that's exactly what he was doing. Healing her from life. Bewildered, suffocating, all the knots is not what you think. He only sought to return her life to ink. Rewrite. And maybe next time she'd get it right. Or perhaps not. In body and out, they've been each other's operator. I need a way out for one another. Not just acquainted breaths, but been friend, mother, sister, lover, wife. Elemental air, broken bread, saline, love of my life. Catalyst, antagonist, and prime. Singuloid, that one mind. Yeah, this time, she loved him without grip. She loved him as the stingers pierced daily in and out of her. Allergy, world blurry, and she couldn't see. She loved him through hot to cold, black moles with walls, tongue to left and to right, mirrors to souls of soul, dangling disco balls of flashes. Lifetimes hanging walls of memories. Did I find him, or did he find me? Conspiracy. Focus synchronicities to ensure love was rubbed like that wood stump of a famous tree. It's showtime. Legs already broken, so she can't stand. He's already guilty by the placement of his hands, fingerprinted, reminders all over her body, toes to thumb. She inhaled her last breath. Tears rolling down, and he comes. Pleasure, pure agony. He rapid to enter, 3 strokes and he's centered. She's gone from this realm, and he's going with her.
Okay, so that moment brought to you by Quelling the Riots. Okay, let's talk about it for 2 seconds. A minute. When I am not showing up as Melikia K. Courtney, who I am every day, I bring the noise as Lady Molotov in the spoken word community. I am a recording artist. And that is one of my pieces. It's titled Inverted Love. You can catch it on all streaming platforms. And I'd encourage you to listen and listen again. It is speaking about a relationship that was quite toxic about that. And clearly it applies to part of what we're talking about today. It's a fun piece. We'll dig more into it another time, but I think I'm off punishment. Woohoo, and thank you very much. I appreciate you. It was riotous doing that. We talked about loving ourselves. Y'all, to do that was an act of love. I had denied me that for a long time and desired it. Not only did I desire the spoken word end of it, I desired to sing. Like singing is my life, it is my love, it is my language, and daily I sing, right? But I had not stepped past that veil of self into the love of doing it. Vulnerability, another key. Embracing the vulnerability. That is another means of learning how to love. Yeah. And I understand. I have to laugh and I giggle because I hear some of my people in my head when I'm talking to y'all. The manner in which I teach. I am not spoon feeding all the time. I am not offering you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, F. I am offering you keys and tools and gold, diamonds and platinum all in this conversation. And I believe that it is for you to glean and receive from it what is for you. I have shared several important things in here when it comes to teach me how to love, when it comes to the learning of love. And I do encourage you to go back and tap the replay and take yourself through that inventory. Take yourself through that introspection and see how are you loving you. That song, that spoken word to song, however you want to call it, and even the songs that I've recorded since, literally singing, those were acts of love. I had to embrace the vulnerability to do that. Love is an action verb, to take that action and show myself that love, to love me in that. Okay? Walk with me. I had to embrace the vulnerability. So I encourage you. I did not explode. I did not die. And I believe that you will not either. You will not magically combust because you sit still to take the inventory on how you love. I would be remiss if I did not bring this up. Do you love through the lens of manipulation? That is so freaking important. And I find that many people are frightened to pause and look at that aspect. Don't be. Don't be. I forget whose quote it belongs to, but this is not my words. And I know it's a philosopher, a wonderful human, and many people for many years have said this: know thyself. It's so important. It's so important to know yourself. And sitting to understand how you love and what lenses you put on or what filters you put on to love outwardly and inwardly through, that is a true conversation. Because people just like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Well, pause. Let me understand what that means, because sometimes it's not exactly love. Sometimes it is. Thank God. So that is my encouragement. That is my admonishment. That is my instruction. Go back in the quiet and the still, tap replay, sit with yourself and move through those exercises to understand, because it's good to get it out in the water, to drudge it up, to stir up what's sedentary in you concerning love, because many of us are grown. I'll say it kindly, I won't say OLD because I'm not. But many of us are grown, and we have been at loving for a while. We have actively engaged in the verb of loving and the doing and the vulnerability and the sacrifice. There's many aspects to love, and sacrifice is so one, okay? And still, some of it has hit the autopilot. When you build a discipline and a strong arm, you pretty much are doing it that way because that's the way you learned it. And then to you, that is the right way. That is the right way. That is what you've chosen to do, and that's what you're going to do, right? That's your discipline. That's your behavior. That's your habit. Cool. Does that mean inherently that you cannot create a new one? No. Does that mean that you are right? No. Does that mean that it can't be better or improved or fine-tuned? It does not. So I encourage you again, do the work. This is the simpler of it. This is the beginning of the threads. We will only pull threads for 2 weeks in this series. That's my intention. This work and then next week's work, I expect that you will be equipped to sit with yourself and take that inventory and understand, okay, yeah, I needed this moment. I needed that lens. I needed that distance. I need to inspect, do my introspections. I need to move through grace, head back for humanity. Move through grace, head back for humanity, and land in love. That is the goal. I'm after you to love you back to life. I'm after you to push you, to look and to examine your love and to examine your judgments and to examine your lenses in which you love through, and to learn whether you are using the lenses that really reflect love, or maybe something else done crept in there and it's time to clean up a little bit. And there's no power loss either way. It is a good thing to know. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't make you a horrible person. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you any of that foolishness. In fact, it makes you quite strong. It makes you quite brave. It makes you quite beautiful, and it puts you in a position to be excellent and even more excellent for those who are actively working through and strengthening love. Okay. Thank you to Music Soul Child for that song, because I kid you not, like when the spirit came moving, it literally brought that song, not past that lyric though, teach me how to love. And I'm like, okay, let's hold that thought. Let's meditate on it for the week. And we're going to crack it wide open when we come back together next week. But believe and trust me, you got 7 keys up in here. Go mining in the conversation. Go mining. And take what you need. What you don't need, you ain't got to take it. That's cool. Put it down. But what you need, take it, eat it, drink it, put it to use in you. And I encourage you this week, for the next 7 days, can you please love you first? Please. Can you please do something to make your life more rich and full? And this is not a ditch your responsibilities conversation. Don't run off nowhere and be like, Melikia told me I could. No, I ain't say that to you. Don't lie like that. I am simply saying, do something to love you every day for the next 7 days, in something not necessarily routine. Add a little something just for you. Add a little something. And do me a favor and love somebody around you. Like literally love them up. Pour it on, love, okay? All right, I've said everything that I need to say to you concerning Teach Me How to Love tonight. I'm going to share one more bit of information with you, and then we're going to skate up out of here, because I'm going to go back over there and see if the poets are still poeting and honoring my friend who is a beautiful human, and I love. Okay, but it was important that I be here with you guys tonight, because, yeah, all right. For those who don't know, I am Melikia K. Courtney. I am the founder of Sanctuary Experience. I know you guys see that button, but okay, what is Sanctuary Experience? Well, story time. Once upon a time, back in the day, not even too long ago, I was at Union Station and had to pee. That's really how it simply came across. And I remember being put in a position where my life was in danger by a male officer who came in the bathroom and had a problem with me peeing while black. What did that do? For me, it sent me into a true arc of anxiety, panic attacks for about 48 hours, and left me feeling like some may write. Some may write. And this is just the polite conversation, the short version. To not be able to go and find a community that knew how to deal with that level of trauma, to have a male officer pull a gun on you in a ladies' bathroom for having to pee well black. Different, right? I could not find a community to help satisfy that situation. So y'all know what I did. Those who know me know exactly what I did. I went harassing God. Hey. I need a response. I need a response. And sure enough, got that whisper back, sanctuary. Okay, God, what sanctuary? You tell me. Bang. So we began to create. I believe in co-creating with the creator. That is the thing that lasts. That is the necessary. Okay, rewind. Create a sanctuary experience to provide a sisterhood. Initially, straight for us, for women of color who had no community to come around them and help them heal from traumatic and extremely crazy situations. Created that. I offer one-on-one coaching. I offer group coaching. I offer strategy sessions, and I also offer 3-day events. There is a way to heal yourself from those levels of trauma and not let them just take over your life and trip you up. I was blessed to have some people in my life who had a brain and sense and who know how to pray. Also, I had just completed my book the December before. So, who Sovereign Divide Amazing God is, sent me back, hey, read your book. You already have answers. Because clearly I did and hadn't realized it. Fast forward. Hi. Oh, it's okay if you missed the whole thing. You can go ahead and hit the replay. Okay, fast forward goes. That occurred. Create a sanctuary experience. Have been living people back to life since then. And when I tell you that those 3-day events, y'all quit playing. We go to work. We go to work over there and we eat good and we have fun and we have sisterhood and we have community and it makes the difference. It is truly a part of your healing journey. You need those things in place. You need community. You need some fun. You need some good food. You need to get away. Peace. So I provide that. I create that, and not alone. Got an awesome team with me. I have a Florida affiliate partner who comes on board and does some amazing things right there with me. It's wonderful to lock arms and do great things to love us back to life. Okay, if you know you want to connect, you'd like to experience that 3-day event, you're welcome to do that. What you can do is text SXP 3-day, the number 3, not the word, SXP 3-day, and you'll get all that information and learn how to get your deposit in quickly because it is September, I think it's 12th or 14th. It's the second weekend in September. So that's the next one. We do it twice a year. The March, second weekend in March, second weekend in September. Those events you don't want to miss if you really understand and you really know that you need that moment. This is for the women. Women. Come on down and get this love. Flat out. If you're looking for a life coach, if you're looking for a spiritual discipline and ritual coach, I got you. For coaching, you text Coach Me, and I'm going to give you that number in a second. So you're either texting Coach Me or SXP 3-day to 321-443-2495. Yes, texty. Okay. Coach Me or SXP 3-day. And let me love you back to life. It is really my favorite thing to do. It is my favorite thing to do to teach and to share what I've learned because I remember them panic attacks. I remember that fear. I remember looking at this dude like, for real, you hate me because of my skin? For real, I gotta die because I gotta pee and I'm black? I don't think so. Okay. I remember, and those are not the only experiences I've had. Bless God, I'm still here to tell. So I love sharing my experiences, one, yes. But even more than that, I love sharing the methods to heal. I believe in the forward. I bless God for the forward. And I love sharing that. Okay, so I think I've said everything I need to say to you guys tonight. And I did it under an hour. Troy's going to be so proud. Have a beautiful evening. Please do go back and watch the replay. Please take time and share it with someone who needs it. Teach me how to love, y'all. Set a plan for yourself. Think about what you would teach. If you were going to teach someone how to love, what would that lesson plan look like? What would your rubric look like? What are the points and tenets that you would absolutely touch on to teach someone how to love? Get that introspection done. Take that inventory. Look at the lenses on how you're loving. Do it. Take the time because you're important enough to take the time for. Okay, Bronia! Hola. Hey, I forgot to put all these things up. Let me show these so I can see them later when I go back to replay myself. Da 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 da. Love you too. Da 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 da. And like I told Miss Abronia, catch that replay. Okay. On the dot, I'm running. Love y'all. Have a wonderful week and weekend. I'll see you next Tuesday, same time for part 2 of Teach Me How to Love. We're going in, so bring a pen and paper. All right. I have to push the mystical magical buttons again. Yeah, this is what happens when you touch stuff. So I was touching buttons and don't tell nobody. I touched the other button and it went away, but I found it. La 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 la. Bye.
BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.